Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Kaga. So I promised you a bit of a special video to go along with the release of Armored Warfare patch 0.13, I think it is? Yes, update 0.13, the patch that, for all intents and purposes, gave us Chinese MBTs. And you know what? I happen to have been looking forward to this introduction into the game. You know, they've made some very interesting armored fighting vehicles and just armored vehicles in general over the last half century, so it was kind of interesting to see them implemented. In particular, the tank you're looking at, the WZ, or WZ, depending on what part of the world you're from, 1224, the Tier 5 premium vehicle that is available from Zhang Feng in the tech tree for gold that you can purchase off of the Armored Warfare site. And that's the vehicle we're looking at right now. And I'm going to give you some information about this vehicle just through gameplay to see, and you can determine whether or not this is a vehicle worth you buying based on that performance. So let's go ahead and start getting down to business about this. One of the things that, and I was interested in, this was the very first match that I'd ever queued up in this vehicle, so I had no idea what to expect. I was uncertain about the handling of the vehicle in terms of driving, cross terrain, gun handling, you know, the works basically, armor layout. I was honestly quite surprised to see the rear engine manifolds look the way they do, but you know, we're only here for a certain amount of aesthetics. You know, it's a very pretty model at that. But digressing. So right off the bat, I'm pleasantly surprised with the speed and acceleration of the vehicle. It's not outstanding, and I will tantalize you with the fact that there are vehicles in the Zhang Feng's Chinese main battle tank line right now that can accelerate and leave this thing in the dust. I love them. More videos on them to come shortly, but digressing. We're here to talk about this particular vehicle, the 1224, and right off the bat you can see this thing's fairly mobile. It's got some pickup, it's got some real oomph under the hood, it can pick up fairly quickly. It's not the most sluggish tank that you'll ever encounter. The turret responds fairly quickly, the gun aims relatively fast, and it's a hard-hitting 120mm cannon that also has a very potent ammo selection with high explosive anti-tank, APF SDS, and fin stabilized high explosive shells. And what you get out of this is a fairly mobile and flexible machine that's only really limited by, well, for lack of a better description, the very limiting gun depression. Granted, if you're a veteran of the Chinese tanks in from World of Tanks, then this is no stranger to you. You're probably perfectly at home in them, or you absolutely hate it, and by which point you have either said, okay, sign me up, or okay, I'll pass. But let me qualify it. This gun depression is fairly restricted to this vehicle. I've been noticing on like even the Type 59, the Type 69-2, the Type 82, well, not 82, but the 80-2, to be specific. It's not really that limiting, or at least not as limiting as this particular vehicle. But, you know, it's not by any means debilitating, even on this one, so long as you're mindful of what it can and can't do. And, you know, again, you know, that's only experience will tell you what you can and cannot do, and that's partly why I'm playing this round so passively. I think I could have achieved much greater results in this game had I been more aggressive from the start, but, you know, I'm not certain being overly aggressive would have been the right play in this instance because, you know, I'm not familiar with the vehicle. And we end the match there, and you get to see some of the other finer points about this particular vehicle. One that, and this is common with all the Chinese main battle tanks, you can get away with some snapshots when it's half aim that I would never have dreamed possible in a Soviet main battle tank. Just would never have thought about doing them, but you can get away with them here in particular the 1224. But it's also this case in all the Chinese main battle tanks that I've tried to this point. And as you can see, we did manage. This tank makes a fair bit of money and, you know, good experience for it. Second in the team for damage and third for experience. Doing pretty good here. I personally think this is a very good vehicle. If this type of rapid responding, flexible, exploiting flanker is something that is of interest to you, then I would highly recommend picking up this vehicle. I really do like it. I kind of liken it to a fusion between a Type 59 and an XM1 from that Tier 6 American main battle tank that sits in Wolfie's portion of the Armored Warfare tech tree. And at roughly 1,500 gold, it's not a terribly expensive premium, and I've had much better results in this particular vehicle since then. I just wish I'd hit the record button when I was starting the matches so I could have shared those with you all, but alas, forgetful me. Let's sigh. Well, I hope that was an informative short video for you all. Happy weekend. Nice to see you all around, and I hope that you're all enjoying Armored Warfare's latest additions to our free time. And I hope to see you around the channel a bit more. If you happen to like this video, please consider giving a like down below. I hope to see you around. Thank you, and good day.